Hello friends, in my previous video I had shown you about creating dynamic web projects and creating Hibernate files. So in this video I'll be discussing about the following points, that is I will be creating 3 more packages and correspondingly Hibernate util and register.jsp files. So before we start with our creating packages, first we'll have to go and check once again whether our tables which have been created are properly created or not. So in the previous video, I had created an admin table. So if you just right click on it and select alter table, you can, if there is no tick on this primary key and auto increment, means if that time I had missed that thing, so you could just tick here these two fields, that is primary key and auto increment, and then click on save. The table will be altered. So that is the only correction which has to be done, and the later is the register table. You again open it, you will see all the fields as the correct as the RID, name, email, password and phone. Okay, now I'll be creating I'll first create 3 packages. So first I'll select an SRC. I'll right click on SRC, select new, then select other. Here we can write as package, select package, click on next, write the package name. I'm creating 3 packages which is named as com.model. In com.model, first in this file will be consisting of the BN manager Java file. This com.model is used for database interaction, and it will also receive the object of the session factory. So created com.model. Another package which we are creating here is, again right click on SRC, new, other, package, select package, next, write com.controller. The package's name can be given as per your convenience. So com.controller is used for servlet pages. Whatever servlet pages will be creating, it will be stored in the com.controller package. Click on finish. The third package, the last package which we are creating here is package, then next is com.common. This com.common consists of the Hibernate util Java file, which is used for creation of session factory, and it will return the object of the session factory. So we'll just click finish. So now the 3 packages are done. The first file which we have to create here is the Hibernate util file. Okay, so this Hibernate util file, the code in Hibernate util file will always be constant. It will not going to change. It is going to be the same for every. There is no need to update also this file. So for that, we are creating in common folder. So right click on common, then select new, other, then write here class file it is written. So you write a class file. Click on next. Write here the name as Hibernate util. So you can write as Hibernate util. So this is going to be a class file, the Hibernate util, and click on finish. Now here in Hibernate util, you have to write some set of lines which has to be it is not going to get changed. So these lines are always going to be the same. So just you can also copy the same lines even if you're creating any different type of project also. So in this file, first you're going to write as public static session factory. Sorry. So you're going to write a session factory you have to create an object of this. So I'm creating object of session factory, which is named as session and factory. Okay, so this is my object. Then do a semicolon, enter. Sorry. Now there is a red line over here, so you could remove that red line by importing or adding that library into it. So just keep your arrow on this word, that is session factory. You can see here there is import session factory org.hibernate. Select on that. Once that library is being imported, that error width is gone. Next you have to write a static, then opening closing brackets of static. You're going to write as try, opening closing brackets of try. Then you have to write a session factory, the object of which I had created. And then you'll be writing equal to new. I'm going to create a configuration of this. Okay, new configuration, this bracket dot build session factory, capital S. Just check to it that you're writing capital letters wherever necessary. Again, click your arrow on this configuration and you can import this configuration org hibernate. Okay, after this the try block is over. You will be writing here after the try block catch any exception which will be creating. This is a try catch exception. Again, open the catch brackets and write I'm writing here a message. I'm not going to print a message. I'll be writing a message of printing E. That's it. After this, you have to just create one more thing. After static, click enter and write as public session factory get session factory, and then opening and closing brackets of it, to write as return session factory. This is the object I had created, so it's going to return this object. That's it. Then after this, don't forget to save it. So this hibernate.util file is in common, which we are not going to touch at all. Now we will be doing is creating our register file, that is register.jsp. So I'll just close all these windows, we don't need these around. Okay, now remember that whenever we are creating JSP files, it has to be stored in web content. So right click on web content, then create a new JSP file. Select another, write here JSP, select on JSP file, click next, write here, don't delete the extension, just mention your register. Register.jsp, click on next, click on finish. So this will be our web page. So it is an HTML format. JSP holds both HTML as well as JSP. So after that, on this register page, customers or the users will be logging into. First, they will be registering their information, and then using that information, they could log in. So for that, we have to first write this. I'm writing here. We could give any of the styling formats as per your HTML knowledge. First, I'll just show the main code, and then I'll be doing the formatting. The main code here starts here. I'm going to write here is H2 is the headline tag, where I will write as So this is my H2, the main tag which I will have to print. I want to print. Second, I will be creating is a form. I'm creating as a form where action will be going to register servlet. It has to be in double quotes. Okay. So after this, now this method, I'll write equal to post, and then yeah, that's it. After that, I'm writing enter name. Now these fields, what we have to enter is going to be according to my database table that I've created. As I have created here register table, I have got these many fields: name, email, password, and phone. So I will take the entries from the user for these only fields, these fields only, that is name, email, password, and phone. So I have to write here the same thing, enter name. Then you have to write as input tag type equal to, this has to be a text type. Next is for this I'm naming it as, name equal to, I'm going to name it as name itself. Okay, the same thing is going to happen for the rest of these entries. So I'm just going to copy it, make my work more simple. So copy and pasting it. I've got four entries. This entry is for email. This entry is for my password field that I had in my register table, and this entry is for my phone field. Now here the type for email is, or text is email. The name here I will be sending as email. Password is, the type is password. Name is again password. And input type for phone number is text, where name I am taking it as text, and I'm going to give you the max length of 10, so that the digits should not be more than 10. Okay, the digits which are entered should not be more than 10. After that, I'm going to click create one more input tag for button for submitting this data. So input tag type will be equal to submit, and name value will be equal to, I am writing here as register. So it's going to register. I'll just save this information. I'll just tell you what this thing is actually doing here. We are creating a form. After these entries have been done, the page will be redirecting to register servlet with the help of the method post. And these are the input tags. Now the name here is going to be taking text type, and hence the name. This name are the variables which I am storing for the input values that we correspondingly we are getting. That is, if the user is entering some name, suppose Ajay, then that name, that is Ajay, will be stored in a variable name called name. Similarly, if he is entering an email that is ajay@g.com, then that ajay@g.com will be stored in the variable which is named as email. So these are the variables for storing the corresponding values. Okay, and the same thing for phone. This is the input type submit. This is a button. We have two types. We have submit and button. Submit is used for servlets, so we are using this as submit, and the value on that button that I want to be printed as, it is register. Okay, now I'll just show you some of the formatting things that I will like to make it little. Okay, if I just run this thing and show you, save it. If I run it on this server and show you how it looks like. Okay. First, I will have to start my server. If you are starting it afresh, a new thing, then still it will start the server automatically as we click on run, or we can select as run on server option also as well. My Eclipse is not responding. It will take some time. So this window will pop as I had already created a package for server here and I've used this Tomcat 7.0 version. So it is showing me this. I will have to select it, click on next, click on finish, and then I will get started. Yeah, this is the sign where we can understand that the server is getting started. A red sign here doesn't mean that there are errors in here. It is just a sign that the okay. So this is how my page is looking, right? So now it's not that good looking page, so we'll have to do a little bit of HTML editing. That's it. I will be doing more. So now here I'm adding some break-like statements to break it so that it comes on the next line. I'll just copy it and paste it number of times wherever I want it. Okay, that's the only thing I'm doing here. I'll add some of the body tags, style backgrounds, and etc. I'm using a background image for a better look. So the style here is image, background image, colon, URL, image, and the image name. Now, if you have to create any images, you have to add any images, you always have to create a web folder on this web content. I'm creating, right clicking on web content, clicking on new, then other, then I'm going to create a folder. I'll just write here, I'll get a folder. I'm going to write here the name for the folder is image or images as you wish. And next, I'll be selecting as finish. Here in this image, I want a photograph of this thing, so I'll take a picture from my pictures. So I have to take this image. Okay. Sorry, I just opened it. I have to just copy this image. There was an error. I'll just copy this image and right click on image here and just paste it. Okay, so this path we are giving it here. So now this, if you just see, it is written as l.jpg. So the same name I've given as l.jpg. Whatever the name you are taking for the image, the same name has to be given here. Right? That's the only thing. Now I just want to add some of the styling options for my form. Just it will take a minute to write. Writing here is for color. I want the color. I don't want the color filter. I would like to add is text alignment. I'm adding a margin of 30 pixels. It was margin. I'm adding a margin of 30 pixels. I'm adding a font type, which I want here. That is, I'm taking as Courier. Okay, that's it. So this is my styling option that I've created. That's it. I don't want to have anything else. I would like to add here also one style option, that is saved it. I'll just refresh this thing and I'll show you. Refresh option is here. Yeah. So this is how my page looks now. Now after clicking on this register button, it will be moving towards the servlet page. So for that we have to first create a servlet page. Servlet page I'll always be creating in my controller, com.controller package. So right click on it, click on new, click on other, write here servlet. Right here servlet. So down below here you can see the option of servlet. Select it, click next, write the class name what I want. This class name always has to be same to the one which you have mentioned here in the action field, that is register and servlet. Register servlet. So here it is, as you can see, it is register capital R and capital S. So write the same name, okay? Register servlet. Okay, the same name has to be written. Next, then again, next, then just unselect this option, that is to get, and select this option as in our constructors from this Ruby class. Next, click finish, and there is your servlet page which is open. Okay, now these I'll just remove these comments to make it a little shorter, and remove these comments as well to make it a little shorter. Okay, remove this comment. Now as you can see here, this is the do post method which has been created, the one which we had sent here by the method equal to post. So that post method we have already created and registered. Okay, so now we'll be starting with the first line of coding. So this is string. I'll first write it and then I will tell you about what the lines mean. So I'm copying it number of times because the same statement I wanted. Here it was password. Now, okay, I'll just tell you. Okay, now I've created this, I've written a string name equal to request dot get parameter name. Now just remember this, that this name, this email and this password and phone, these are the variables which it is receiving from the register servlet, register.jsp page. That were these variables, this name, this email and this password. This name phone. So these variables it is catching in this thing, in these fields, then it is storing into these variables. Again it is named as name, email, password, phone. All right, now remember that these words, they should be exactly same as it is written in your database tables. Now in my register page it is written as name as name, email as email, and password as whole password. So these words, name with the spelling and with the caps on, caps not on, the same has to be written as in here. All right, then I have taken now phone, my phone here, it was long blob. Phone size was, or phone data type was long blob. So in my Eclipse I don't have long blob. First I've taken it into string and then I've converted that string value into byte, that is, this is the phone value, right? So this here, all right, this is the phone. So this phone value dot get bytes, and I'm doing is typecasting here. So this string value, it is converted into byte form. All right, then I've created this register, and I've created your register. Register is my class. That is this. It is a class file in Pojo. You can see here in Pojo we have a register. So I've created an object of register. Then using that register object, I've set the name. So I've set the email, password, and phone. These is for storing the data value into the database: name, email, password, phone. So here it is going to get stored. Next thing I've done is BL manager. This is another class file which is being present in the com dot model. I will be creating it, and then I've created its object as b1. Now using that object, I'm calling a function which is named as save register info. This is a method in BL manager class file, and in that method I'm passing this register value, so that this information gets stored into the database. And after these things is successfully done, the page will be redirecting to user.login.jsp page. So in com.model, right click on com.model, select new, and if you just see here, I have also, whilst we are creating all this, if there are red lines over it, you can just keep your cursor over it and then do the changes accordingly. For register, I have imported com.pojo register import file. Okay, so this is the register from where I'm accessing the register class. Right, this is the importing of register class file from the Pojo folder. Alright, now from model, I'm right clicking it, selecting new, other. Then I'm going to write here this class file. This is Java class file. Then write next. Now I want to write here is BL manager is my class file name. Write BL manager. You can tick to this. You don't have to take it. You can take it. Right. Next, finish. So I've got created my BL manager class file. Now here I'll be writing. First I'll be starting my session. Session factory object as s equal to Hibernate util my another for class file dot session factory. Okay, now this Hibernate util, this session factory, I have to import it from Hibernate, right? So after this thing, I'm creating is public. Now here if you just click on this register servlet, then click on save, control S. Here you can see BL manager. So you can now click on this. It is written as import BL manager from com.model. Just click on this so this error gets away. Okay. Now you have got an error here that is save register info. We don't have it. So click on this and it is written here. Create a method this into BL manager. Just click on this. So in BL manager, your method of public void save register info with register, this method has been created. Now here there has to be some lines of code which we have to write, which is first thing you have to write here is you have to write create an object of session, that is a session s1 is equal to s1 dot open session. All right, s dot open session. This s object is from this session factory s. Okay. The next thing, again there is a red marker here. You can import the session from Hibernate. Right. The next thing I have to do here is transaction. I'm creating it as object as t equal to s1 dot begin transaction. Right. Then I have to do is s1 dot save. What I will be saving this register, that which I am receiving object, the object which I have received in my method. That object I'm as a parameter. Okay. S1 dot save, then t dot commit, and s1 dot close. Next. So by default it has this transaction file is already imported. All right. So just click on Control S, save this option. Now in register, there is a red mark coming here. Again, save it. Those red marks are gone. Now it is going to redirect to user login.jsp. So you'll just create a simple user login page to just get redirected. Again, web content, right click on web content, new, other, JSP file I want. Next, here I will write as user login. The same format which we are means the way of writing it is if it is a capital U, if it is a small u, the same has to be written, right? Click next, click save, finish. So on this page, I'll just write here a message as hi, temporary message, right? I'm saving it, Control S. Now this all process is done. Now if I click on register page, alright, there is an error over here because the form action has been not closed. So here after body, before body, you have to close the form. That's it. Alright, Control S. Now insert title here and refresh this page once again. So we were on this page. So I'll just enter the name if you want. Then enter the password, email ID. Then password and phone. Now this will take only 10 digits maximum, not more than that. Then click on register. Now it has redirected to hi page because in user login we have just entered hi as value. So in this way successfully the registration is done. So if you want to see the data, this is SQL here. You just click here refresh. So you'll be getting this entry that I inserted right now, right? So it is also going into the database table. I'll just show you all the code or the flow, how it has to be done. First thing, we need to create a Hibernate util Java file, class file. Copy this code as it is into the class file. But check the proper caps lock is on or caps lock is off. Then then we have to do is register.jsp page. Write these things also exactly same as register servlet if it is capital R, capital S. Then after this we go to register servlet page here. Click on this. So you will get this page here. So this is how the code here it is done. Then comes as it is redirecting to user login page successfully, but before that it has to go to BL manager. So in BL manager we have this set of codes that we have to do here. Then it goes to user login page, this thing. That's it. So in this way we have successfully registered it and it goes to the user login page. In my next video I'll be showing you the user login page, how the data is matched from the database table and then user could be logged in into our web page. So in this video it is, if you have any questions you can ask me in the comment section below. Please like, subscribe and share, and thank you for so much for watching.